This video is going to be talking about the event that occurred just 2 days ago. Now, for those of you who who don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the situation in which a group of Republican representatives walked in on the impeachment proceedings that were happening behind closed doors. Now, at the same time when the Republican representatives decided to walk in on the impeachment proceedings, the Deputy Assistant of the Secretary of Defense was giving a closed doors testimony to the House Judiciary Committee. What the Republicans wanted was a more open inquiry about what is going on with the impeachment issue. A lot of people have been very vocal that Donald Trump is not really getting the say on trying to address his accusers, to try to defend himself, and of course some of the issues referring to how the impeachment inquiry has been proceeding. Even a few of the people who were with the Republican representatives actually had seats in several committees that relate to this topic. For example, a Representative Bradley Bine is a member of the House Armed Services Committee. Now, he argues that he has jurisdiction, or at least, he has jurisdiction and the authority to be a part of these proceedings, considering that this is the Deputy Assistant to the Secretary of Defense who was talking and giving his own testimony as a result of this. But apparently, a lot of people on the left did not like how this was going on. In fact, excuse me, Representative Adam Schiff threatened Bradley Bine with an ethics complaint for walking in on this impeachment proceeding and just causing it to shut down. Now, we need to look. Now, in order to understand the Republicans' frustration with this and why it's boiled on to this very point, we need to look back into the whole reason why the impeachment inquiry was set up in the first place. Now, we already know about the situation with the whole controversy with Ukraine, or the alleged claim that Donald Trump intentionally withhold foreign aid from Ukraine unless Ukraine announced its own investigation into Hunter Biden, which then would directly lead to Joe Biden and thus potentially kick him out of the 2020 race. That was how it started. And that was when the impeachment inquiry was set up. Now, there are a lot of problems, because when the impeachment inquiry was established, there was no vote. There was no formal vote over whether or not it should be allowed to occur. It said specifically in the Constitution that the House of Representatives has the power of impeachment, and we have interpreted it as that the House of Representatives would vote on whether or not to start this whole entire impeachment inquiry. That has been the current situation for many impeachments that have occurred in the past, such as with Bill Clinton, with I believe it was Richard Nixon was also impeached, but he resigned before the impeachment, and also Andrew Johnson. The House of Representatives has the power to issue an impeachment inquiry, but there was no vote, and that was what immediately started off on the wrong foot. Now we see a lot of these closed doors testimonies that have been occurring. There was even there has even been an issue with the possibility that the information released by the closed door by this proceeding, this inquiry, is mainly meant to hurt Donald Trump. And the reason why is because most of the people who are a part of this inquiry, like in the House Judiciary Committee, are mainly full of Democrats, people who desperately want to have President Donald Trump to be impeached. There was even a situation with Bill Nadler, who I believe he was called the USD ambassador to Ukraine. I think that's what he was. I'm pretty sure, or at least I'm pretty close. Anyway, who had a closed door testimony for himself, and said that there was a quid pro quo over this situation with Joe Biden and that whole alleged claim. Although there has been multiple denials over this entire situation. And it's really funny, especially with how the mainstream media is interpreting it. They have said that this is completely devastating for President Donald Trump, and yeah, you know the whole entire Star story. It's been like that for a while now. They say something that's devastating, and then turns out to be nothing. So that's another reason why a lot of people are not very forthcoming about this whole impeachment proceeding, because of the whole 3-year issue that we have been dealing with, that's been pushed not only by the mainstream media but by the Democrats themselves over supposed wrongdoings by President Donald Trump. Hell, even my own teacher has been implying that President Donald Trump may actually be involved with maybe actually be guilty as a result of this whole Ukrainian policy, or Ukrainian quid pro quo BS, which I honestly cannot understand how he came up with that. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm here to talk about more of the inquiry. For a while now, it's been mainly closed door testimony, and it's been constantly kept many Republicans out of the loop. Only those within the House Judiciary Committee, or those within the the impeachment inquiry, they have been allowed that kind of access. Nothing more. And it's not been very open as a result. I don't understand. I really do not understand, because of all this entire situation. I really do not. Because they expect after 3 years that they got this in the bag, and then yeah. But I'm getting really ahead of myself, so sorry about that. Now we lead to the whole entire issue with the Republicans storming, as the media would say, the impeachment proceedings and shutting down the entire situation. This only shows the lack of support that a lot of people have over the result over this entire impeachment inquiry. This only shows that, and I know that it's mainly Republicans, but it's also the public at large when it comes to this situation. While I'm pretty sure that a lot of people do not like President Donald Trump, they especially do not like the idea of impeachment. And I've said before in one of my previous videos about this impeachment inquiry that there was even a pastor who said that if Donald Trump is impeached, this will lead to a civil war-like fracture, which is definitely an accurate description, especially considering that this seems to be more partisan-based than actual legitimate, a legitimate impeachment process. There's been so much wrong that's been going on with this entire impeachment inquiry that is gone off the rails. It's creating a lot of tension just within the House of Representatives. Which is why I think that all the Democrats are doing is just digging a hole for themselves. I've said this multiple times before, and yet they are still adamant about continuing with this entire situation. 3 years of just calling for impeachment, and when they have the opportunity for establishing an impeachment inquiry and to do their own thing, they're just going behind the backs of, just behind closed doors, and not really following up with the original precedent of how to establish impeachment. And that is pretty scary. That's how much partisan the Democrats have become. Very, as a result, they don't. I know they don't like Donald Trump, but they're just so adamantly supportive about the whole idea of impeachment. And all this is doing is just painting them as those that just hate the fact that they lost the 2016 election, and that they just can't accept it. And all they're doing is just trying to support this whole fringe minority within the United States over very little to no basis. And again, this is very concerning to me. I wouldn't mind if impeachment actually had a legitimate claim and the rules were followed as a result of how impeachment would proceed. But this is not like that. This is more about an attack from a partisan perspective. Nothing more, nothing less. And this is all the Democrats are doing. They're just trying to appease the whole far left that definitely wants to have Donald Trump impeached because they think he's corrupt and an illegitimate president. That's all they're doing. And after this entire situation, I believe that there is going to be a little bit more tension in the House of Representatives. There's already tension as a result with the lack of distrust with the public and the Democrats in general. In fact, they have such a lower popularity rating than Donald Trump, which the Democrats are actually in their 30s, while Donald Trump is in his 40s. All this is doing is just going to paint the Democrats as just completely partisan, completely off the rails, completely willing to do whatever it takes to impeach Donald Trump and to overturn the 2016 election. That's all this is going to portray the Democrats at all. And this is going to be sinking them in the long run. And I expect that there's going to be more complaints and more tension within the House of Representatives in the future, over as long as this impeachment inquiry is still going on. My name is Nomi, and on the Arc of Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, if you have any issues with how I speak or how I frame my videos or anything of that nature when it comes to my videos, please be sure to put them down in the comments section down below or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.